Brian Van, sportbiketrackgear.com, and I've got a free mod for you. We got a video we're shooting. If you've ever taken the Lord's name in vain when you're changing the rear wheel on your R3, and if you're doing track days or racing, you're doing it more frequently, so you know it is it's a mammoth, actually, pain in the ass. It's two things that are problems. Thing one is the wheel spacers fall out all the time, right? That's no fun. The one that really sucks is these chain adjusters just flop right out and make it a humongous pain in the shorts to get this thing on the bike. In this video, we're going to show you what it takes to correct that for $0. Okay, I just want to say before we really jump into this, right? This is just something I came up with on my own. It made sense, so I did it to my bike. If you choose to do it to your bike, well, that is in fact your choice. You're responsible for the outcome of it, as I'm responsible for the outcome of the work I've done to my own motorcycle. We live in a litigious world, so that's why I'm saying this stuff. It's very basic. We're talking drilling 2 holes here, opposing side, trying to work on an angle like that, so we're holding it from top and bottom. Both sides, both chain adjusters, little piece of safety wire. Drill this hole in the back a little bigger so you can roll the tail of the safety wire through and get a fairly professional result, right? If that's something you're into and you've experienced what I have trying to change a tire on this bike, stay tuned. I'm going to show you every step of the way what it takes to get that done. Okay, so if you've changed the tires on your R3, if you pulled the rear wheel off, you already know something. This whole thing back here, man. This stuff all wants to fall apart. The wheel spacers want to fall off when you're tucking the wheel back in. Right? It's just not a whole lot of fun. We've converted this to track only at this point, so aesthetically, I'm a little less concerned about it than I was before. It's not a street bike. So to resolve this issue, what I've decided to do is I've drilled a little hole here, a little hole here. I've done the same down here. I'm going to safety wire here and here just to hold it in there, because realistically, if this thing floats around, that's not a problem. It's when this bad boy falls back that all the swear words start flowing. This is my first go, so no making fun. This may be a good idea. It may not be a good idea. Not really sure yet. I know this doesn't really cost any money. That alone will make it immensely popular. Okay, now obviously we're going to need to thread the safety wire through while this thing's kind of hanging apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this in a loop to kind of help me get that done. We'll start with the bottom part. And I can kind of see the hole there, sort of. Okay. There it is. I have located the hole. So give this a light tug. Now, I'm not going to wind this all up, you can't do that, but just enough so it won't fall apart. Right there. Like so. Do the same thing here. Just kind of get that piece of wire to curve. Realistically, this should hold up for quite a long time. You shouldn't really have to redo this very often because there's no stress here to speak of. It's just holding that piece in there while you've got the tire and the axle out. Okay, there it is. Find the hole, man. All right, grab my pliers. Tug up. You'll notice I kind of did this, I decided to do this on a diagonal, and that was just to get as even of a pull as I could. Like so. Okay, now go ahead and take the safety wire pliers. Of course, I'm gonna have to do this on, on both sides. It's pretty obvious. Like so. want to be careful you don't twist the wire too much. And if you've safety wired stuff on your own already, you already have an idea that if you over stress it, it's just going to effectively it's just going to tear apart. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of push the tail backwards like that and just kind of cut it off. Same thing over here. And obviously we'll repeat this on the other side of the bike. You can see, and this isn't, it's not going to prevent this thing from sliding all the way forward, which is really important. But now that's all that can happen. Ghetto Fabulous is the finish. But I mean, that's effective, man. That's going to work for sure. I'll do the other side and then we'll see how it goes putting the wheel back on the bike. Okay, so when you're doing this, really the only thing you're going to want to watch out for is you see this tab that extends inside the swing arm. Well, you need to make sure that you're drilling the hole, okay, far enough inboard on the swing arm so that you're not going to prevent this from sliding in all the way once it's safety wired. So I actually, the top portion, when I drilled this, I'd mocked it up and made sure that I had the proper depth. Do that on the bottom as well. You don't want to create any conflicts with this at all. Now all you have to do is wire this up just like I did on the other side. Okay, so we're almost done. You'll see this side here is done. Made just a little revision to this. I think makes a lot of sense. I drilled the hole on the back side here. It's on the actual adjuster just a little bit bigger because I want to actually take the tail here. I'm leaving it a little bit longer than I was initially. Okay. I'm just going to kind of bend that bad boy around. The one on the bottom is absolutely a little more challenging. I'll say that for sure. But you do it like this, and you're going to have a more professional looking result, and you're also dramatically reducing the possibility that you're going to cut yourself right when you get in there, doing tire changes and stuff. And you see that was super easy to do. And the end result, looks a whole heck of a lot better than just having some safety wire prongs hanging everywhere. So I would recommend doing that too if this is something that you're into. Tail a little bit longer, fold it over. This hole's just a little bigger, just enough so you get the safety wire, all those different pieces through it. And the end result, this thing should have a little bit of movement in it. You want that, okay? Because it needs to be able to move and be flush against the swing arm.